everyone. Welcome to our show. Thank you for taking time out from your afternoon. Why, thank you. Thank you for taking time out from your afternoon to come and sit in the shade or in the sun and learn a little bit more, or learn a little bit, if you don't know anything, about our village, Long Grove. My name is Mike Dvorak. I'm from the Long Grove Historical Society, and our purpose here at the Historical Society on the back porch of our historic farmhouse is to bring history to life. And so, in the next 35 minutes, we're bringing the early days of Long Grove back to life. Hope you enjoy the show. The time. The time, early 1830s. The place, Western New York State. The Gridley family, headed by John and Nancy Gridley, like many families who had migrated to the young country called the United States, were considering a move westward.
Ma, have you heard? They finished digging the Erie Canal. It connects the Hudson River with Lake Erie. We have wanted to move west. Now our family can get on a flatboat and travel by water all the way from New York State through the Great Lakes and then well, who knows where? I heard you, Pa. That sounds exciting. We want to go west, but we still don't quite know where to settle. Let's tell George and Johnny.
Yeah, good idea.
Yes, the family was ready for a move. Ma and Pa's young sons, George and John, heard the news and were excited. They were young boys, but they longed for adventure.
Hey, John, I'm going into town. Maybe someone there can suggest a place that will be welcoming to a farming family like ours.
I'm going to come with you, George. We do everything together.
No, John, you stay here. Tell Mom and Pa I'll be right back.
George and John had three sisters, Elizabeth, Mary Ann, and Louisa. They were farmers' daughters who had distinctive personalities. One was sensible, one was silly, and one was stubborn. When they were around, their parents rarely had an opportunity to speak.
I think a move west is sensible. There's rich farmland out there. We're farmers. And packing up and relocating to a new home can be a real moving experience. Well, I don't want to move. I'm staying right here. Oh, Louisa, you know Mom and Pa want to move. And they don't like your negativity. Where's George? He went into town to find out if there's a state out west that we like. Wait, here he comes now. George, what'd you find out?
Ma, Pa, someone just told me the perfect place for us to move. It's a state. It's kind of new. It has fertile land to farm, and we can get to it by way of the Erie Canal.
Oh, it sounds perfect. What did he tell you, George?
Right down upon the Wabash, if ever had passed over it, sorely surely owned. He'd think it was a garden he played in when a boy. It's good pronounced it Eden. He said, move your family westward, bring all the girls and boys to be life to us and honor it. Forever boy. She's bounded by the Wabash, and the lakes. She's caught fish in the swampy lands, the milkwick and the shakes. But these are like diversions that take not from the joy of living in that garden and the glass of westward, bring
journey is on this canal boat down the Erie Canal. We'll travel east to west, Albany to Buffalo. Hee-haw! Hey, Mule, use your inside voice. What's that mule for anyway? What's that girl for anyway?
It walks on the towpath alongside the boat and pulls down the canal.
She seems to be one of many mules working around here, doing the canal and doing other things. She's not just any mule. I got a mule and her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old cow. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We bought some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And we know every inch of the way from Albany to Buffalo. Go, everybody down.
Cover! Cover! Come here, boy!
The family finally reached Illinois in 1835 and ended up settling among the long groves of trees and open land and farmland in and around these parts. They settled here in northern Illinois about the same time that Abraham Lincoln's family arrived in central Illinois. The Gridleys purchased land a bit north of where we stand now and began raising their children and farming their land. Soon, most settlers around here were farmers.
You know, Marianne, a farmer's clothing needs washing every day. We took a risk at washing all these clothes when it looks like it might rain. That's right, Louisa. We put it all on the line.
You two should stop chatting and get to work.
Ma! Pa! The Sowers and Semples are arguing again. The blacksmith said they don't need another farmer in this community. And Jake Iso is chasing me around with a lit stick of dynamite. I'll be back! Ma, I love farming. And I love farming here. Jake Iso just makes it difficult.
Oh, John, don't fret. The community is made up of all kinds of people. Even the odd ones.
The most essential people in the village are the farmers.
That's right, Pom. Aren't farmers like us most essential in a growing village?
They sure are, and I'm glad you asked. When the farmer comes to town with his wagon broken down, the farmer is the man who feeds them all. If you'll only look and see, I am sure you will agree, the farmer is the man who feeds them all. The farmer is the man, the farmer is the man, lives on credit till the fall. Though his clothes are wearing thin, on his face there is a grin, 'cause he knows that it's the farmer feeds them all. When the banker says he's broke, and the merchant's up in smoke, the farmer is the man who feeds them all. It would put them to the test if the farmer took a rest, then they'd come to know the farmer feeds them all. The farmer is the man, the farmer is the man, lives on credit till the fall. Though his clothes are wearing thin, on his face there is a grin, 'cause he knows that it's the farmer feeds them all.
As time passed, the community in which the Gridley family had settled grew in population, with blacksmiths, carrot shops, churches, a tavern, a general store. A town was being born, but this town needed a name.
Mutterschutz. Gesundheit. Mutterschutz. Gesundheit. site, back in our motherland, across the sea. Since more and more of us are speaking English these days, why don't we just call our town Monroe? It means about the same thing. That sounds like a good compromise.
No matter what our town is named, we'll still have that mad dynamiter, Jake Iceland. Here he comes again.
Hey guys, where are you going? I'm just bursting to tell you something. My job is dynamiter. I blow things up for pay. I love my job, I wouldn't have it any other way. I take my work home with me because I always know if you dare get on my bedside, I will put on quite a show. 10 sticks of dynamite underneath the porch. 10 sticks of dynamite underneath the porch. If he should happen to light them with this torch, there'll be no more dynamite and no more porch. I'm chasing Mrs. Sour cause my credit she refused. And now I'm mad and people know I have a real short fuse. I once blew up a tree stump and it landed on the roof. They say I was negligent, but you show me the proof. 10 sticks of dynamite underneath the porch. 10 sticks of dynamite underneath the porch. If he should happen to light them with his torch, there'll be no more dynamite and no more porch. Everyone, listen! Have you read the news? It's Miss Olin in Starch and Miss Golden Box, our blacksmith's wives. They seem unusually exhilarated. Gold has been discovered out west in California.
George, John, out west, they've discovered gold!
Lots of men are headed out west, and it's 1849, so people are calling them 49ers.
Our boys probably already know, but why should they care? They love being here with their Ma and Pa. Oh, but Ma, our boys have grown up, and they have a spirit of adventure, like we had years back when we headed west to an uncertain fate.
Say, Jake, I bet those 49ers heading to California are going to need someone to blow big holes in the earth. Someone skillful. Someone who's good at his job. Someone who's really going to miss out if he doesn't follow those men. You're absolutely right. I'll stop over to get my things, get more supplies, and bam! I'll be gone.
They know there's gold in them there hills.
All that glitters is not gold.
Yeah, gold mine of information.
You're as good as gold.
Gold may shine, but it's not true light. All gold is fool's gold.
Gold is money. Everything else is credit.
You keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old.
Silence! It's golden.
Pop, we know about the California gold rush
There's plenty of gold, we're told.
out on the Sacramento River.
Well, we'll miss you. Good luck, boys. You have our love. You're grown men, but you'll always be my little boys.
We're all well men, the journey apart to the promised
to affect mid-1800s Long Grove. Only a decade later, a terrible war broke out in our country, the Civil War. Some Long Grove men joined the 88th Infantry and went off to fight in the war. Some of Long Grove's finest citizens had left town. People were sad.
I wonder how our sons are doing, Ma. Well, I don't care if they strike gold or not. They're farmers at heart, and I miss them.
We long to see them too, Ma.
I miss them like peanut butter would miss jelly.
Well, I don't miss washing all their dirty clothes.
Eventually, after too many years, they returned. George and John Gridley came back from California after a couple of years with very little gold. Zigvald and Sauer, who joined General Sherman in his famous march from Atlanta to the sea, returned from the Civil War.
Over Buffalo Creek.
You know, it's about time we had a decent bridge in this town.
Buffalo Creek runs right through our town, but it's not always easy to get across. I stay out of there. It's filled with water. That's the stuff that rusts pipes.
We need a good sturdy bridge to unite our growing town.
Bridges build a community. More people will visit our town so they can more easily get to it. Horses and carts will get to our blacksmith shop without a hitch. Cows will get stuck in the creek.
Eventually, a bridge was built. It was a modern marvel at the dawning of a new century, the 20th century. And it was built to last. few bumps and bruises, the bridge would last forever. But the early residents of Long Grove would not. As the years passed, so did its founding settlement. But they left their mark on the town they named Long Grove. The Stemples and Sowers became Long Grove competitive legends.
The Stemples are the first general store in Long Grove.
But the Sour store was the best.
The Ovenstocks and Bullenbach operated their blacksmith shops until the early 20th century.
Our family trade died when the automobile was born. Blacksmiths will never be forgotten.
As time passed, Michael Zibok and Jake Eisler eventually found themselves in very different places.
After the gold rush, I ended up in Brazil.
After I blew up a back porch, I ended up in prison.
The Gridley girls maintained their ways till the very end.
The glass is half empty.
The glass is half full.
What did the glass of water ask the pond? What are you doing?
The Gridley boys became successful farmers and immersed themselves in Long Grove living.
I was involved in local politics.
And I became the third postmaster of Prairie View.
Ma and Pa Gridley remained active in Long Grove community life.
I built Gridley School, the first school in the district. And I founded one of the first churches here in Long Grove.
And Grover's bark echoes from the past. Yes, these were plain folk of immigrant stock, working together, pushing boundaries, building bridges, helping establish the community of Long Grove. There were tough times, there were good times. Those Long Grove pioneers are gone, but they are not forgotten.
Bright morning, when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
When the shadows of this life are gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these freezing walls I'll fly. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
One more time.
I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by,